Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the McConaughey at YouTube with another airbrush video. We'll be reviewing, testing and demonstrating the Sparmax Flyer Airbrush. Received in barely used condition, it contains one spray gun, a stand, a couple of bottles, eyedropper and instructions. The design is all plastic, single action, 15mm siphon fed bottle that's also gravity feed, gravity funnel with an unorthodox 0.4 needle nozzle in the bottle. The design is extremely simple with some very unique functions. The instructions are very straightforward, ideal for a beginner, student or even young kids. The heart and soul of the product is the bottle itself, which is replaceable and you can buy additionals. It adjusts by spinning, which opens and distances the nozzle from the needle and can be pulled in and out of the housing. To understand how the functions work, I've split open the housing to see if any of it is serviceable or repairable and found the internals very simple. A hinged trigger is loaded against a fine wire spring and triggers a brass valve that's connected to a Teflon air line straight to an air nozzle. Inside the paint cap, the air nozzle sits behind the paint nozzle, siphoning paint out in a vacuum. Placing all the components together, I'm able to snap fit the housing and it still works. Extra Flyer Airbrush bottles are sold separate and you can collect as many as you want to pre-mix and store paint long term with a cap or close the nozzle for air tightness. It's made out of brass with a Teflon washer to prevent leaking. The needle is hollow with a hole in the side that goes straight through the nozzle. This design has been seen in other single action airbrushes such as the Citadel spray gun. The base has a threaded 1/8 inch male adapter that fits on all hobby braided hoses for hobby compressors. You will need a stronger air compressor, as small 12 volt varieties and portable compressors are too underpowered. From prior tests, mixing some paint in the existing jars, I'm doing a 1:2 ratio of lacquer paint and thinner automotive grade. Standard airbrush ready viscosity is highly encouraged. You will need to fill the vial to the top. I'm very impressed in the thickness of the needle and nozzle. Damage would be very unlikely and difficult. Replacement's not a big deal as you can buy as many vials with the needle and nozzle as you wish. Turning on the air compressor and adjusting between 15 to a little over 20 psi, I completely closed the nozzle and started doing some test spraying, opening it by a quarter of a twist to see the range of flow I can get. It's got very limited control in a very fine line, a full spray pattern or nothing. It's a bit weird as a double action operator. The worst aspect is an unorthodox siphon feed in a weird handgun trigger motion. You need to hold it at a strange 30-degree angle or you'll create an airlock or worse, get no flow. Once it's reached to about 1/5 empty, it's going to struggle to spray and splatter. Too thick of a viscosity will also have flow issues. There is a learning curve as it is a bit weird, but it's a very short one and I've learnt it fairly quickly to get a spray pattern. Cleaning is incredibly quick by just wiping down the needle, the nozzle and cleaning out the inside of the bottle. This makes changing colours very quick and an absolute breeze. I filled the empty bottle with thinner and sprayed out the remnants for a perfect clean finish. With a hot industrial strength thinner, I found no warpage or damage to any of the plastic fittings and it sprayed without any issue or damaging the Teflon seals. This is definitely solvent resistant. In conclusion, this is definitely a very strange airbrush as an experienced operator of guns and double action gravity feeds. It's not quite big enough with a heavy flow for large surfaces, though it's a bit too big for smaller detailed modeling, You can pretty much base coat, prime and clear coat, though shading and detail work is not really possible. If you're struggling with a double action rig or just want to paint as quickly as possible and change colors with little cleanup and no maintenance, this is probably definitely for you. It is very high quality. If you need anything else from an airbrush, I would look for something completely different. Thank you very much for watching. Always stay tuned for further content, and we'll catch you guys next time. See you later.